Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in. Dr. Urios Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Marvel Contest of Champions. And today, we're going to do the second video in our Best Ways to Get to the Next Progression Level series. This one is Best Ways to Get to Conqueror. So pay attention. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I've got another video out. All right. So what do we need, or what do you need? I'm already valiant, but I've been through this a long time ago. But what do you need to do to get to Conqueror? So this is the progression level right after Proven, and it's the one right before you get to Uncollected. So Conqueror says that you need to complete, not explore, but complete Act 4, Chapter 4. So and what do you get for that? Well, you get a discount on premium hero crystals. That's okay. You get an improvement to your daily crystal, which is important. And you get an improvement to your free crystal that you get every 4 hours. That's important too. Those, if you save those, you will be able to get some healing potions. They're not great at lower levels. You'll be able to get some and some revives, which is important. And you get your Conqueror title. And they always throw this Summoner Sigil thing in there because they really want people to buy that. But the biggest thing is you get your improvements to your daily crystals. So let's take a look at what it takes to do that. And let's look at the material that you need to complete, because it'll give you a good idea of what you need to do. So it's Act 4, Chapter 4. And you're going to need to beat this Maestro. Okay, just ignore those, and let's look at what's in here and the PI. So all of these champions in here are around 5 to 6,000 K. Okay? 5 to 6,000 K. Some of them are a little bit below 5. But none of them are really above 6, so it's in that range. And they do all have nodes on them. So here's Feeling Blessed. Starts with an Armor Up, Arc Overload. So they're all kind of different. Transducer and Godslayer. It's essentially the same champs, but they're all a little bit different. Stupefy, increase the duration of stun effects. Power Seal, that kind of thing. So, and then you've got to take on this 12,000 Maestro. And he is going to have heal prevention. And he's got the 6 powers combined. They enhance his ability, but he's got the heal prevention. And he's not necessarily any of the classes. So I think you go into this fight at disadvantage on everything. So you need champs that you can use to do this material. And what are those champs? What should you have? Well, let's talk about some other things first. What should you have done already before you're going to even start going into Act 4? Because if we look at Act 1, so for Proven, we needed to do Act 3. Now we're on Act 4. So let's look at Chapter 1 of Act 4. So where are we starting out PI-wise of our opponents? So these guys are starting out at around 3,000. Okay? Around 3,000. And our mini-boss in here is a 3,100. So it goes from about 3,000 to about 6K for everything in this. So what champs correspond to that? Well, that is going to be it's really not your 3 stars anymore. Here's some maxed out 3 stars. They're all about 30-ish, 3,000 or 3K. So they might be able to do this first quest or first chapter in Act 4. Okay? So, but probably not much more beyond that. You're going to have some trouble if you try and bring champs in beyond this. So if that's all, that's first and last quest of the Chapter 1. If we look at Chapter 2 and the first quest of Chapter 2 in Act 4, the PI of these champs is going to start, see, it's starting to go over now. So it's almost 4K. There's a 5K there. So now it's starting to go over those 3 stars, those rank 4 3 stars. Because there are no rank 5s, but there are rank 4s. So these guys are not really going to cut it. So you really need to have 4 stars now. And so what 4 stars do you need? Well, if you've got rank 5 4 stars, like here, these are all rank 5 4 stars. They all start at a PI of about 5,500, and they go all the way up to a PI of 8,200 for Dr. Doom. And you may not have a lot of those. If you've got rank 4s, then they start at about 4,600 and go to 5,800, so that's probably doable. And if you talk about rank 3s, they go from about 3,200 to about 4,200, so that's probably doable as well. By this time, you may have some 5 stars as well, but they're probably going to be like rank 1 or rank 2, maybe a rank 3, maybe. So these guys all kind of start at around, they started around 3,300, and they go all the way up to a 4,900 for some of the higher PI champions. The rank 2s start down at about a 4,500, and they go up to a 60. So those are probably good. You may have 1 or 2 of these rank 3s, maybe. So 6,500 to a 9,500. So I would say that your best bet is to have a mix of kind of rank 3 to 5 4 stars and rank 1 to 2 5 stars to take on the material that is here in Act 4, chapters 1 through 4, because you're really going to need it when you get down. You're going to need those. You're going to need those 4 stars to be 4 or 5 rank, and then any 5 stars you have to be at least rank 2 or 3 to really get through this chapter 4. Because the objective right in this, to get your next thing, Conqueror, is to beat that guy, and to beat this culmination. So what should you have done is you should have 100%ed Acts 1, 2, and 3. You should have done that. You should be as close to level 60 as you can. And as usual, you should be working on your masteries and getting them as close to completed as you possibly can. Now that can be difficult because that costs units. It costs units because it costs you mastery cores, which cost units. So you need to be able to get units. So you need to think about other things that you need to be doing. So other things you can do in the meantime while you're prepping to go into Act 4 to do Act 4, chapters 1 through 4, and eventually beat the Maestro, is you need to be thinking about, well, what can I do in Event Quest right now at this level? You definitely can do Contender, and you can do Proven. Let's look at Proven. Proven is going to be opponents that are around 3K to probably 4.5, 5K. Again, you're going to need to be working to get those 4 stars and maybe a couple of 5 stars up. You probably won't be able to do the Conqueror level. You're not Conqueror yet, so you probably won't be able to do Conqueror. Conqueror is, the champions in here are somewhere around a 6K to a 7.5, 8K PI, and the bosses in here are going to be around a 9 to a 12,000 PI. So that's going to be a little bit more difficult for some of your champions that have a power index of around 4 to 5,000. You really want to get into that 5 to 7,000 range PI for all your champions when you do all of this. So definitely think about doing Event Quest at the contender and proven level, I wouldn't touch the conqueror level. You're not going to, you want to maximize your opportunity to get this material done, to get all of the rewards out of it, so that you can rank your champions up. So for proven, we're going to get a questing crystal, so it's got a rare chance of a 4-star. 4-star shards, we're getting 5-star shards. That's a quarter of a 5-star. We're getting tier 1 alphas, which you need to get your 4 stars up to max rank. We're getting some ISO. You're getting some tier 4 basic, which you're going to need. You're going to get a 4-star Ronin, which is not great. These are going to be needed badly. These are really hard at this point to get, and you're getting a free one of these. And of course, in here, you're going to get some more 5 stars, and you're going to get some units in ISO and things like that. So those are all really important things in that proven. Do that 100% and get all those rewards. Those are really a lot of important things that you can get to get your 4-star roster up to rank 3 to 5s, as close to rank 5s as you can get, and to get your 5-star roster to get some 5 stars and get those 5 stars at least to rank 2. And what does it take to get a 4-star, again, from rank 4 to 5? So let's just take Ronin, for instance. So you're going to need to get tier 4 class and tier 4 basic and tier 1 alpha. So those are really hard to get at this point, and you're not going to get them very often. And what does it take to move a 4-star from rank 3 to rank 4? And some tier 1 alpha. And so you need some tier 4 basic. So those are the really important ones to think about. Now for 5 stars, what does it take, and what should you be thinking about to get a rank 1 to a rank 2? Well, it's going to take the same thing it takes to get a 4-star from rank 3 to 4, essentially. And for a rank 2 5-star to rank 3 is going to take the same stuff it takes a 4-star to go from rank 4 to rank 5. So that's what you need to kind of be thinking about to round your roster out so that you can get through this material. So some other things that you should think about doing is now you can start thinking about side quest stuff. And that's really important because there's a lot of good rank up materials in side quests. So you want to be thinking about possibly doing threat level 1, because threat level 1, the PI of champs in threat level 1 is going to be about what it is for what you need to beat the Maestro, about 6K. These are about 5 to 7K, and the bosses in here are around a 6.5K PI. So if you have champs that are around a 4 to a 7K, you should be able to get this done. And there's some random rewards in here, but you can start to do these rewards, and you can start to get some of these solo objectives that are here. So for instance, Unbreak My Heart Proven. So what are you going to get out of here? So you're going to get some ISO, some of these tier 3 basics, some 4-star Sig Stones, more ISO, some of these tier 3 class, a tier 4, and it's a 50% of a tier 4. That's really important. Some tier 4 basic, more tier 4 basic, some 4-star shards, another one of these 50%, a 4-star awakening gem. So really good stuff out of there that you're going to need to beat Act 4, Chapter 4. So start thinking about that. Threat level 2, not so much. These are 10K opponents. I wouldn't try this at this point. These are about 10K opponents with about a 12K mini boss in them. I wouldn't think about that at that point. Just kind of think of where you are. So again, other things that you should be working on at this point while you're proven and trying to get Conqueror, you should be joining an alliance so you can do Alliance Quest and Alliance War. So you can start getting loyalty. and you can start, here's loyalty right here. You can start getting loyalty, and you can start getting glory, because there's some really important things that you're going to need in those stores, particularly in the glory store. You want to start thinking about that. So there's tier 3 basics in here. There's tier 1 alpha in here. There's tier 4 basics in here. There is there's going to be some tier 4 class in here as well. So you want to start thinking about that. You want to start thinking about the daily offers as well, if you have access to that. I know that's spending money. You definitely, because you need units, again, you need units to round out your masteries, and to get the masteries up and get the mastery cores, you need units. So you need to start thinking about now this is the Sunday, arenas, but you need to start thinking about Summoner's Trials. Now you should have a pretty good 3-star and 4-star roster that you can take into Summoner's Trials, and you can start getting an infinite streak in Summoner's Trials and getting those units that you need, and getting those battle chips so you can get more units out of the arena. You know, also probably should start thinking about incursions, because there's some pretty good stuff in the incursion store. So, and I would concentrate on incursions, probably Sector 1 or Sector 2. As usual, you need to be thinking about all of this stuff. Apothecary, Catalyst Vault, ISO Fields, and Proving Grounds. There's still important, very important stuff in here. The expert level is really important at this point. If we go in here and we look at this, these champions are not that bad, and the rewards for this, I need to get out of there. The rewards for this are actually what you need. So if we end this quest and we look at the rewards here, view quest rewards. So these are the things that you really need, and this is actually pretty easy to do, and you get some pretty good experience for it too. It's all out of that. So you really, really want tier 4 class Catalyst Fragment Selector, and another one. That is something that you're absolutely going to need. You need to, again, think about Apothecary as well, and you need to think about Proving Grounds. So you can get all your stuff here. And again, if you haven't gone back and you haven't done back issues, the classic back issues, you need to go through and do all of these, because there's decent rewards in these, and there's units in them, and you're going to need all those units. All right, well, that's just kind of a summary of what I think people need to do if they're proven right now and they're trying to get Conqueror. That's kind of the roadmap that I have for you to get to that point. So that's all I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.